Okay, so today we're going to talk about Power Automate. How can we create and manage email lists? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new SharePoint list, and then after that we'll create a flow to fetch the emails from that SharePoint list. Just remember, you can do the same process with Dataverse for Teams, which you can get 1 million rows or 2 gigabytes for free. So first thing, you click here new, and then you can click on list. And we're going to create a custom list. So we select blank list, and here we can type in emails. So we can create our emails list. If you want, you can just leverage the title field to insert the emails. If you want name plus email, you can leverage title as name field, and you can add an additional column, single line of text as the email. Just put in here email, hit save. So I'll create a couple of entries as a test. Create test 1, test 1 at email.com. Another one, test 2, test 2 at email.com. I'll put a third one, test 3, and then we have test 3 at email.com. Okay, so we have 3 different email addresses for us to test with. So now I'm going to go to Power Automate for us to start a flow. So here I can just start and create. I'll use an instant flow so we can trigger here right away as a test. And I'll put here email list as our flow name. So now, first thing that we need to do is we need to get the emails from this list, right? So I'm going to use an action from SharePoint connector. So I'll just put here new step, search for SharePoint, and then I'm going to use the get items. So I search for get items, find it, select it, and the first thing that we have to do is select the site. Okay, so we have to select the test site that we have. And then we're going to select the list. Okay, so the list is called emails. Then we go show advanced options here. We can certainly select by the view. Okay, so we're going to put the all items view, which helps a little bit. If you have a view with less columns, it helps bringing less data back in, right? So in this case, we won't have any columns to filter out what we do not want. So I'm just going to put here compose so we can see the output of what's coming from this get items. I'm going to put value. I'm going to hit save. And we're just going to run a little test here. So it's saved. Recommend for testing. Gives us a little warning because we're not filtering anything, but that's not a problem. We don't want to filter right now. There's no previous executions. automatically is not available. Manual, okay. And let's just put it to run. So continue, run flow. Okay, so now if we look into compose, so in the data, it loaded the data. So now we have here the email, right? So we have the emails here, etc. So normally what people would do or try to tell you is that you could maybe do an apply to each, right? So you do apply to each, but we're not going to use apply to each today because apply to each, I really recommend if you want to do an action upon each different step there that you're going to iterate through each item specifically, right? Since this is not the case, we just want to fetch the data back from this connector from what it did. I'll recommend this to pull to just jump this so we don't have to do many connectivities or many connections or many iterations or run many actions against this because it's really not needed. We can just use another step here. We can do like a little hack here. So what I put there as instructions, if you go to the GitHub, if you go to email list, you'll see that I actually put a little hack there. So what's this little hack, right? So how are we going to do this? So basically, I really recommend to use something called select. First thing, right? So select, we're going to filter down based upon this to only actually work. So we go to get items value to only work with the data that we really need. So the data we need here for the emails that we're going to use for email list is just the email data itself right now. Okay, so I just filtered down to email, and what I did was I also selected here email, right? So email column. So we have email JSON that is going to get built, right? So if we look here, if I delete what was value, if I just get what we get from the select, let's just run this for now and see what we get back. We're going to get back a very small version of this JSON, right? So this is what came in, right? A big JSON with a lot of stuff that we don't need. And we're getting out just the email stuff, right? So the strategy that I did was, since we don't have any specific connectors, was to basically do replace and replace the email structure as well, and only put a semicolon where it's really needed, right, to fetch the data. So if we just copy this, so you can just select and copy. If we can just go back here to the flow, instead of the compose just being the output of the select, I'm going to put the expression that's there, right, around the GitHub. So that's what I did here. I hit save. And now if we hit test again, right, and I can use the automatic, but I'll just use the manual execution. So now we get this nice output from the emails in a way that we can use in a send email situation, right? So the whole magic is happening with the two things, right? So first thing is select, doing a filtering on this data that we don't need and only bringing what we need back. And then the second magic is happening inside the compose, which is I'm just really cleaning up all this that we don't need. And then on this part here, I'm just putting a semicolon, right? And same thing's happening here, right? This goes out, this becomes semicolon, right? This goes out, becomes semicolon. So this is what I did. And basically we leveraged using very small amount of actions here, of API calls, etc. Very optimized. Just remember that SharePoint, you have a 5K limitation in terms of view threshold. So if you're thinking about using, with more than 5,000 emails, this certainly needs to be Dataverse instead, not a SharePoint list. And always remember, if you're going to send out emails, to always talk first to your IT folks, security information folks, to make sure that you're being compliant with your corporate policies. Okay. And the next step here would be to just do the send email, right? Send email situation. Just going to use Outlook, right? So you can do a send email, and here on the send email, you would just lavish whatever's here on the compose, right? So you can just copy and paste. Right. Didn't work out, so add dynamic content, expression. Let's do it. Oh, didn't like the expression, so let me copy again. So just copy here from this one. So I'll go here again. I'll go in expression. Boom. Okay, that worked. So we can put any subject, right? So this can be my bulk email, right? And then here on the body, you can put what's going to be the body of your email. Thank you. Okay. So I hope you like this. I hope you enjoy it, and happy hacking there with your emails lists in your activities on your business unit and what you have to do.